Good morning, everybody, student. Today we are going to learn contents section 1, sections 2 and section 3. In the previous lecture we have already seen there are 4 skills, and first is listening skill, second speaking skill, third reading skill, and fourth writing skill. And then we see study skills also is important. In study skill, develop self-motivation and concentration. If you study skills, then you develop self-motivation and concentration. Develop planning and organization of material. Planning the process of studying and increase active participation in learning process as well as classroom situation. Enhance reading techniques and process in comprehensive way. Use mind mapping, finding relevant context and note making. Develop the concept of creating memories and develop a critical approach to writing. Research through available resources. Apply information communication technology in presentation of data, content, participation in activity based learning by analyzing, comparing, contrasting, defining, describing, discussing, distinguishing, and evaluating. There are examining, explaining, interpreting, justifying, stating, summarizing, questioning, etc. Next is analyze critically, extract from prose, poetry, short stories, films, plays, concerts, etc. Evaluate intrapersonal and interpersonal skills. Rate self awareness levels of intra and interpersonal intelligences in order to be involved in more collaborative activities while studying. So, interpretation of data, facts, information published in mass media, learn how to become an efficient individual and collaborative learner. So, learn how to become an efficient individual and collaborative learner. So, use kinesthetic skills at preparing models, visuals, charts, and diagrams, etc. Next, language study. So, students at this stage need better sentences, construction skills, and vocabulary building and usage. So, vocabulary is the important. You use dictionary for your vocabulary and write different difficult words and their meaning in your notebook also. Language study forms the foundation of language. Language study forms the foundation of language. Revision of the following points will enable students at two stage in building self-confidence and achieving fluency in all the four skills of listening, speaking, reading and writing. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. Use of the treasures and etymology needs to be introduced. Use of the treasure and etymology needs to be introduced. Parts of speech, for example, parts of speech. In the parts of speech, there are verbs and there are many types of verbs. For example, main auxiliary verb, main verb, modal auxiliary verb, transitive verb, intransitive verb, gerund, finite, infinite verb, participles, time, tense, phrasal verbs, adjectives, adverbs, preposition, determiners, articles. Second, these are the parts of speech. Second, sentence structure. Sentence structure. So type of sentences: simple, compound, complex. statements, positive or negative questions, imperative, exclamatory transformation of sentence as a framing questions, negatives, voice, reported speech, joining sentences, vocabulary and word building, synonymous, antonyms, homonyms, word registers, root words, prefix, suffix, connotation, denotation, collocation, derivatives, compound words, minor processes of word buildings, blends, introduction to as a theaters. So speech, so when you are communicate with someone, they are also important as pronunciation. Your pronunciation. If your pronunciation is effective, then your image. In speech, there are activities of pronunciation, syllables, stress, intonation, stress, intonation, rhyme, rhythm, accents, etc. 5. Figure of speech and stylistic devices. Figure of speech and stylistic devices, simile, metaphor, personification, apostrophe, hyperbole, euphemism, antithesis, irony, pun, onomatopoeia, alteration, consonance, and synecdoche, as metonymy, ambiguity, phrases, idioms, proverbs, maxims, and their uses. So, functional grammar, editing, omission, finding, errors, and common as against errors. So in their language study, there are parts of first is parts of speech, second is sentence structure, third is vocabulary and word building, fourth is speech, next figures of speech and stylistic devices, six phrases, idioms, proverbs, maxims and their uses, functional grammar, and last one is a functional grammar in language study. So we see on the page number next contains section 1 is prose. Okay, contains section 1 is prose. In prose we see first prose is an astrologer's day is written by R.K. Narayan. Okay. Astrologer's Day is written by R.K. Narayan. So R.K. Narayan, we know that he was one of the finest Indian writer of his generation writing in English. His style is graceful, humorous, elegant, and simple. He wrote about the small time life in South India, and his novel the Guide, famous novel, his novel, The Guide, won him the Sahitya Academy Award in 1961. And the story of an astrologer's day has ironic elements where the astrologers pretends to have supernatural knowledge that coincidentally turns out to be truth. An astrologer's day's story has ironic elements where the astrologers pretend to have supernatural knowledge that coincidentally turns out to be the truth. On saying please, okay? On saying please is written by Alfred George Gardiner. You know that? Alfred George Gardiner. So Alfred George Gardiner, he was a English journalist, editors, authors. He started his literary career as journalist. Through his writing, he tried to teach the basic truth of life in an easy and humorous manner. The theme of this lesson on saying please is courtesy. So, civility, morality, and he points out the importance of good manners. He points out the importance of good manners and courtesy in daily behavior. Courtesy in daily behavior. So, this story, in this lesson, theme is courtesy, civility, morality, and he points out that the good manners, importance of good manners and courtesy in his daily behavior. So behavior is also important in your life. So every lesson is a lesson of our life. Okay, give a lesson of your life. Next, 1.3, the cop and the anthem. O. Henry. So O. Henry is an American writer. His real name was we called as a William Sidney Porter. Most of his stories had a twisted ending. The story Cop and Anthem is one of the O. Henry's well-known stories. In this story, the main character is a Soapy. In this story, the main character is a Soapy and has a criminal background, and he makes different plans to re-enter prison as he has no shelter to protect himself from the severe winter. The story ends in an unexpected way. So initially, Soapy feels that there is an easy living in prison, and the notes of an anthem transform him, and he resolves to work hard. The irony of the fate is that the moment he realizes he wants to lead an honest life, he is arrested. So the Sophia is the criminal background. Next, 1.4, big data or big insights. Big data or big insights. So, big data is a term. Big data is a term used to describe a collection of data that is huge in size and it growing extremely rapidly with time. Such a collection of data is so large, complex that none of the traditional data management tools are able to store it or process it efficiently. So this write-up tells us about the methods of collections of data, the advantages of big data in various spheres of life, and the information we can get by its use. We can get by its use. Next, 1.5, we see at the new dress. The new dress is written by writer Virginia Woolf, and Virginia Woolf. This in this story, this is a story about a woman called Mabel Waring. So Mabel is constantly thinking about her new yellow dress in negative terms. Who is the woman in this story? Mabel Waring. So Mabel Waring is constantly thinking about her yellow new dress in negative terms. She herself has chosen it for a party at Mrs. Deleo Powers. However, at the party, she keeps thinking that the dress is old fashioned and that everyone in the party is very stylish. She feels that they are laughing at her and mocking at her dress. Writer Virginia Woolf was an English novelist and essayist. She is considered a modernist writer of the 20th century and the pioneer of the stream of consciousness. So, stream of consciousness as a narrative device to reveal Mabel's suppressed desires and inferiority complex. She has employed the stream of consciousness and techniques very effectively, and the author has moved in the mind of the character mind out of its very smoothly without any intention. Next, 1.6, into the wild. So, into the wild, there is the information about into the wild. So 1.7, into the wild, written by as a Kiran Purandare. Written, writer name is Kiran Purandare. So, into the wild, the expert. So, Kiran Purandare, who is a wildlife expert, a bird watcher, a writer, a honorary, for example, as a wildlife warden in Maharashtra, an expert, or is an amazing experience of the writer, and where he is alone and completely lost in the jungle of Umbardhara. Part second has been extracted from Sea and Traveler magazine published by Land Rover India. It is about Shaz Jung, known for his wildlife photography. It also tells us about his efforts to establish BCRTI for the conservation of forests by educating the local rural folks and providing them with a sound reliable source of income. Sound reliable source of income. And next, why we travel. 1.7, why we travel, Siddharth Piko Raghavan Iyer. The writer Siddharth Piko Raghavan Iyer is a British born American essayist and novelist. He is best known for his travel writing. He is best known for his travel writing. In this essay, Why We Travel, he explores the reason for his passion to travel and shares them with the readers. And he quotes famous writers, puts forth his own observation too. His own observation too. And next, last one is 1.8, Voyaging Towards Excellence, and written by Achut Godbole. So we see in this story he is Achut Godbole is a prolific writer, well known for his writing in Marathi and English. In this autobiographical sketch, he narrates his journey from a middle class schoolboy in Solapur to a successful chief executive to a famous writer, and he tells us that what is needed for success and the way to achieve it. He tells us what is needed to success, what is needed for success and the way to achieve. Next section. So the first section is complete. The first section is prose. First point first, an astrologer's day. Second 1.2 on saying please. Third, the cope and the anthem. 1.4, big data, big insights. 1.5, the new dress. 1.6, into the wild. 1.7, why we travel. And 1.8, voyaging towards excellence. Next section, so section second, section 2, poetry. So we know that prose, format of prose and poetry, there are differences. 2.1, Song of the Open Road is written by Walt Whitman. Song of the Open Road is written by Walt Whitman. Introduction. So, Song of the Open Road by American poet. So, Walt Whitman is an American poet, and he was one of the poem. It was one of the poems in a collection called Leaves of Grass. The poet used his own money and self-published this book, and he continued to work on the collection, reworking some poems and adding more. The poem is about someone to set up about to set off on journey. We can say it is symbolic of a person about to start on one life's journey. So he is cheerful and self-confident. The poem speaks of the open road, reminding the reader of the outdoor and the freedom. The person is ready to meet all kinds of situations that he may face along the journey. The person is ready to meet all kinds of situations that he may face along the journey. Next poem, Indian Viewers. Indian Viewers is written by Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu. Sarojini Naidu was an Indian independence activist. She's poet, politician. She was drawn towards Indian National Congress movement to liberate India from colonial rule. She became a follower of Mahatma Gandhi and Swarajya. Sarojini Naidu is widely known for her poetry and which included both children's poems as well as themes like patriotism, romance, tragedy. She began writing at the age of 12. Her mother used to write poetry in Bengali. Her play Maher Munir, written in Persian, impressed the then Nawab of Hyderabad in 1905. Her first collection of poems named Golden Threshold was published. So, Indian viewers. Next, 2.3 Incape Rock. Inchcape Rock. So, Inchcape Rock is written by Robert Southey. So Robert Southey was a British poet, a contemporary of William Wordsworth and Samuel Coleridge, P.B. Shelley. Literary critics describe Southey's style as direct, crisp, elegant. He wrote ballads and elegies and prose too. The poem is about some treasures, rocks near the coast of Scotland. An abbot had kindly placed, removed the veil out of jealousy, but paid the price for his seal. And next one is, have you earned your tomorrow? No. Are you on your tomorrow? The answer of the maybe no. But if you have on tomorrow, that is the possible. So Edgar Guest was born, for example, Edgar Guest, writer, poet. So Edgar Guest is the poet of Have You Earned Your Tomorrow? Edgar Guest, born in England, settled in the US and started his career as a copy boy. He began writing poems under the heading chart daily for 30 years, easily more than 11,000 poems, known as the People's Poet. He wrote inspirational works about family and other simple topics. Have You Earned Your Tomorrow by Edgar Cayce. Present number of questions. Present number of questions. He hopes that everyone does what they can bring hope, courage to those who feel hopeless. So, different ways to help others. Different ways to help others. He thinks this way. So, he began to writing poems under the heading chart. Next poem, 2.5 Father Returning Home. We see in your textbook also, आपण टेक्स्टबुक मध्ये सुद्धा पाहू शकतो त्याची माहिती बघा. The father is returning home. आता एक्झाम्पल बघा कशा तऱ्हेने दाखवलेले आहे. That is the reality of everyone. Maybe for a minute. This is Kiran Purandare. Next, Why We Travel 1.8. You can also download PDF of textbook English in your mobile. Then you understand. But textbook is also important when you listen some words. Then you can see in your textbook also. Okay, Dilip Chitre. Okay. 2.5 Father returning home. There is the icebreaker activity. So this is the picture of Dilip Chitre, 1938. 2009. So he was a celebrated bilingual poet and translator with remarkable work in Marathi and English. His versatile creativity extend to painting, filmmaking, and his notable contribution as a magazine columnist. He received the prestigious as a Sahitya Academy Award both for poetry as well as his well-known translation work. Says Tuka. So popular Abhanga spiritual poems by Sant Tukaram. He had started translation of literary works of Saint in Marathi at the age of 16. So exile, alienation, self-disintegration, and death are observed to be the major theme of his works. This poem is taken from Traveling in a Cage. So it draws a portrait of suburban commuter. It depicts his dull, monotonous, exhausting, and equally so pitiable daily routine. It describes a forced alienation at home, which is reflected through the stale food and lack of sharing his children refuse to share their joys, sorrows with hardworking father who as a result is first retire into solitude and this very painfully. Loneliness is a symbol of man's isolation from the materialistic man's world. So in this poem, the poet shows that loneliness and word weariness of an old man. And in the modern society, it is account of old man who works hard for his family. You see, this man is work hard for his family, but leads a monotonous life where no one is there to take care of him, to converse with him, or to understand his feeling. Next poem, 2.6. You can see 2.6. Money, 2.6. Money. So, Money is written by William H. Davies. William H. Davies. So, William H. Davies was a Welsh poet and writer. He spent a significant part of his life as a tramp or hobo is the United Kingdom and United States. He becomes peddler and street singer in England. After several years of wandering life, he published his first volume, The Soul's Destroyers, and other poems. The Soul's Destroyers and other poems. The poem tells us about the rich man who wants to be a poor man to find real happiness. The poet tells us about that the rich man who wants to a poor man to find the real happiness. It is when we do not have money or have lost our money, we realize how important the money is. At the end, the poet says that now he doesn't have money. He has true friends, though they may be few. He doesn't have money. He has true friends, though they may be few. So, Money by William H. Davies is about the importance we give to possessing money. The poet ramped around the UK, United Kingdom, and the United States, experienced life in simplest form. So, the poem helps us to look at money and how it is connected with true happiness and false friends. Next poem, 2.7. She walks in beauty. 2.7. She walks in beauty is written by George Gordon Byron. 1788 to 1824, known simply as Lord Byron, was a famous English romantic poet and also a satirist. He attended a number of schools, including the famous public school, Harrow, and then went to Trinity College, Cambridge. At the age of 21st, he started a tour of Europe and Orient, after which he composed a Child Sorrower's Pilgrimage, which he made so popular in England. She Walks in Beauty, a short lyrical poem celebrating female beauty. The poet describes an unnamed woman who is ex- exceptionally striking. The poet describes not only her external appearance but also her inner goodness, which makes her so captivatingly attractive. Byron compares her to the night sky, describing her serene and perfect beauty. Although the thought to be love poem, the poet never actually declares that. Next poem, Small Towns and River. Small towns and river. So Mamang Dal, the poet is from a northeast state of Arunachal Pradesh. She served in the IAS, is multi-faced champion for nature conservation. Her poems are about the natural beauty of her native mountains. Rivers, forests, her poems reflect her heartbreaks at the way the region was neglected, exploited, and how it constantly seeks destruction and death. In this poem, the poet describes a landscape and nature. The river is dominant feature in this poem. So, river is dominant feature in this poem, and there is the sea river. You see? On this picture, this is the river. Okay? So we see first section, second section. Thank you very much. I hope you have understood very well. Thank you very much.